So you're thinking about joining the Air Force, huh? Let me give you a list of pros and cons. Now, I joined back in 2017. I'm not in the Air Force anymore. I got out last year, 2022, so I served 4 years. But from my experience, let me tell you what the best things about being in the Air Force were and the not so great things. Starting with number one is going to be traveling. For me, that was one of the biggest reasons why I joined. I wanted to get away from my hometown, right? So you get the opportunity to literally go anywhere in the entire world. And you're probably going to end up at some pretty cool places. I've been to the Middle East. I've been to Germany. Also taken some local stateside trips to San Diego, Arizona, places like that. So you can really end up anywhere. So traveling is definitely one of the biggest pros about joining the military. Now, pro number two is going to be the pay. So consistently, every 2 weeks, on the 1st and the 15th of every month, you will get paid. It does not matter if it's a holiday, something's happening that day, it does not matter. You are going to get your paycheck, and that's one of the best things about being in the Air Force. And the thing with pay is everyone in your same rank, whatever rank you are, no matter what job, no matter what your title is, you will all get paid the exact same amount, right? Depending on your housing rates and where your base is and stuff like that. It's not really something you should worry about right now, but just know that you get paid very nicely, consistently on the 1st and the 15th of every month. Number three is a sense of self-discipline. If you're looking for a way to really spark your life and kind of change the way you are right now and you want to be better, joining the military is going to be one of the best things for you. I know it was for me. I was stuck here in Sacramento, that's where I'm from, and I was working at McDonald's. My life was not headed in a very good trajectory, right? So I took the decision. I joined the Air Force, completely changed my life, became a completely different person. If you're looking to drastically make an improvement on your life, joining the military will definitely do that. And number four is all of the benefits that you get from being in the military. I'm talking everything. You'll get 10% off on most restaurants, stores, clothing, things like that, right? Not to mention health and dental benefits, which are free, but technically they come out of your paycheck, so they're free, but you're technically paying for it from your paycheck anyway. You also get free access to national parks and things like that if you're in the outdoors. And not to mention the small benefit of being able to board first when you're at an airport. You also get 30 days of paid vacation every year, right? So each month you get 2.5 days of leave. Leave is technically your vacation days. And you can stack those up for I think about 120 days. So you can technically take half a year off if you have those days. So for me, I would probably take off the holidays, which is when I would go back home to see my family and friends. But having the ability to kind of have so much vacation days was definitely a big pro for me. And also one of the biggest reasons for me joining was the education benefits, right? So literally right now I am using the GI Bill, post 9/11 GI Bill, and I am going to school for college basically for free. It's a total for up to 36 months. You get paid for going. Your tuition is paid. You get a monthly housing allowance. You also get a stipend for books and things like that. So it's pretty amazing. Number five is a sense of belonging and camaraderie with the people that you'll meet. If you're a little lost and you're not really sure where you belong, right? You're looking for a group of people that will inspire you, that will motivate you to be better. The military will definitely do that. I've met some of the best people ever. I still talk to a lot of my coworkers and friends to this day. And just going through tough times together while you're in the military, you will go through tough times. And to be able to create deep and lasting bonds with other people was definitely a good experience for me. And I don't regret it at all. Now moving on to the cons of joining the Air Force. So number one for me is going to be strict rules and regulations. And this might not be a con for some of you, but for me, I grew up kind of a rebel and didn't really like to follow a lot of rules. So I was always questioning why we had to do certain things or what the purpose was for some of the things that we had to do. And to be honest, that's not really a good mentality for being in the Air Force. Because there will be better ways to do things and your superiors will tell you another way to do them and you might not agree. So that's one thing you're going to have to deal with being in the military. I've also got written paperwork for my hair being a certain length when it's not supposed to be. So when you're in the Air Force, your hair has to be a certain length. You can't have certain facial features, certain tattoos, things like that. And dress and appearance is really important. So for me, I like to grow my hair out, keep it long, and I get in trouble frequently for that. I would also show up late sometimes for work, but that's honestly my fault. That's not the military. Con number two, there will be long days. There will be days when you have to work a 12-hour shift. There will be days where you're gonna have to come in on your day off. These things just happen. You will end up coming in on a day you don't want to. You will have those days when you just want to go home and you can't. So get ready for that. And con number 3, this is kind of a pro, but you can literally end up anywhere, okay? You're taking a roll of the dice when you join the military, and your experience is going to be completely different from mine. I ended up in Las Vegas, okay? I got really lucky. I was supposed to be stationed in South Carolina, but I had a friend who didn't want to go there, and he was supposed to go to Las Vegas. So we ended up switching, and I ended up going to Las Vegas and spending my whole contract there. I spent like 3 years, almost 4 years there, and had a great time. Got really lucky, okay? Your experience is going to be completely different from mine. You could end up somewhere that you absolutely hate, so you're taking a roll of the dice. And con number 4 is that you're going to be away from your family and friends for long periods of time. If this is something that matters a lot to you, then it's going to be kind of hard. You're only going to be able to see them when you take your days off, right? So you're going to miss a lot of birthdays, you're going to miss parties, weddings, maybe even funerals. You will spend a lot of your time away from home. So if that's something that is really important to you, definitely take that into consideration when you join. But overall, personally, for me, I feel like there were a lot more pros of joining the Air Force. I was kind of ready for the cons to happen. I prepared myself, and I don't regret it at all. Honestly, it's one of the best decisions that I've ever made for my life. I'm not in the military anymore, but it was a really great time for me, and I grew so much just from being away from my family and experiencing new things. So I highly recommend, if you want to change your life, if you're thinking about making a big decision, if you're thinking about joining the military, do it. But definitely do your research. Write it down. What are the pros and cons? What do you not want to do? What do you like doing? Talk to a recruiter. The recruiter is there for you to find your perfect fits. So take your time with them. Don't let them pressure you into doing something you don't want to end up doing, because this is your life. You're making a completely big decision. I hope this helps a little bit if you're thinking about making the decision of joining. Please let me know if you have any more questions about the Air Force or the military in general. I'll definitely share some more information. I've got some great stories. So I hope this helps. Have a good one.